Alrighty, welcome to the QuizUp Pokemon Community 2022 Winter Showmatch. Yes, it is my voice. It's been quite a while since some of you heard it, I imagine, but I'm streaming regularly now, so there's that. Okay. So, for some context on this show match, so on a whim, I think I don't know, a couple weeks ago I was like, I really want to host something again. So I was like, okay, I'll hit up the QuizUp Pokemon community for a mouse versus tablet show match, and that didn't really pan out because we didn't have enough mouse players. So I was like, okay, let's make it veterans versus modern players. Let's grab back some people who used to play in like 2015 to 2017, who were most active then. Did you get my bribe to only give me 2-star maps? No, I did not, actually. So, just pulling some people back from 2015 to 2017, and some people who regularly play now. Oh, yes. Also, I need to update the stream information. Okay, there we go. I need to update the stream. Okay, very organized person. Alright. So, just a little intro on the teams. On Team Veterans, we have Rize, Dama, Chaz, and Osiris. And on the modern player side, we have Prophet, Me6, or Meow, as I'll be calling him, Gutrune, and Ender VGS. Osiris and Ender will be playing a lower star rating 1v1 later on in the week, so please keep an eye out for that. The other three will be the players that you'll be seeing today. So as a little intro to each of the teams, I don't think I have enough time, so I'm just gonna show their ranks and stuff. Alright. And they're bugging me to start. So here's just some perspective. I think I'll just be discussing the players as they play. Alrighty. I don't know why the messages are being doubled for some reason, but yeah, okay. Okay. Is that the real Me6? No, it's one of my friends who just made his username Me6 because he thought it would be funny, and it's kind of stuck. I keep telling him to change his username because Me6 is penning, Me6 is shilling NFTs now. I'm like, Meow, you gotta change your name. Also, hey Basil Biscuits, what's up? Welcome, welcome. I think this is the first stream that you've been able to catch. How are you doing? Yes, warm-ups. Yes. Alright, so Prophet has rolled 29,710 points. Quite the spectacular roll there. Alright. So the actual rolls are that Rize rolled 80 points and Gutrun rolled 9 points. So the team that rolls higher will decide whether they pick first or second. Oh my god. Love to see the support in the chat from friends who show up to this show match to cheer on their friends. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at the map pool then. Blue team has banned first. Fremont 3. Kagero Days is gone. Okay. Connor, is Me6 playing? Yes, Discord bot indeed. No, it's one of my friends who decided that Me6 would be funny. So he just called himself Me6 on Osu. And I keep telling him to change it. As I told Basil Biscuits, I keep telling him to change it because like Me6 shills NFTs now. Prophet says we banned the best song in the pool. Pensive. Alright. 2 maps. Please. Thank you for the posture check, Basil Biscuits. The Me6 NFT bot is playing. We have to roll it back to Me5. So true. So as each map is banned and picked, I suppose I'll discuss what types of map they are. Kagero Days is a Fremont map, which means that one person on the team must play Hard Rock, which flips the map vertically, increases the approach rate, makes the circles fly in faster, and also makes it harder to get good accuracy, and also decreases the size of the circles. Hidden 2, No Mod 5, banned. Very questionable bans, but I'm not gonna knock it. Alright, modern team map, please. So Kagero Days is very reading intensive. It's a big circle map, which means the circles are going to be easier to hit, but at the same time there's a lot more clutter on the screen, and reading that map with Hidden is very, very difficult, so definitely understand why it was banned out. Hidden 2, the low approach rate AR8 map. Hidden makes the circles fade out, the lower the approach rate, which means the slower the circles fly in, which is usually supposed to be easier. The longer it takes for you to have to look at the circle and then hit it, which is very difficult for most people. Makes sense they banned Hidden 2, but I think that's a very questionable ban, given that the other team is never ever going to pick that map. Hidden 3 is gone. Ban this if you are a coward. Looks like the modern players are cowards. I'm just kidding. Alright. And No Mod 5, Ascension to Heaven is the speed map, 200 BPM streams. Doesn't seem like either team is really comfortable with that map based on my feedback that I've gotten about the pool. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now that we've gotten into the bans, we are now going into the first warm-up. I've asked the veteran team to procure their spiciest warm-up for the first map that we're going to see them play. This is not going to count for anything. This is just to warm them up, and this can be any map that they choose. Yeah, the veteran players' bans were pretty questionable, I would say, because I don't think the modern players would have ever picked those two maps. Like, even if you are, like, not good at those maps, like, you have to consider what your opponent is good at, too. And I don't think anyone on Modern Player team can play Hidden 2. Osu tutorial warm-up song, please, with default skin. Okay, is this what you really want? And yeah, warm-up is different. Cool. Yeah, so you can't warm up with No Mod 3. I think I should have made that a little more clear, because, like, this is how they did it in, like, big tournaments. Like, you choose something aside from the pool. Yeah, I will give host. Yeah. I'll just let the team captains choose, for time purposes. They might pick No Mod 6. Who knows? Alright. We've got an alt map coming out. Hey Starry, welcome. Glad you could make it even though you don't really play this game. Yeah. Enjoy the show match. That's all I gotta say. Top diff or you're scared, lol, okay. Also, just for, just to let you know, I am hosting this all on one laptop. Eat your heart out, Dio. Alright, time for Chaz to SS this map. So true. Alright, yep. Thanks for the lurk. Thanks for the well wishes. We are getting into the first map. Looks like the Osu Tourney remake skin that I stole off of some random YouTuber has the accuracy and score kind of lopsided, which is kind of something that we just have to deal with, I guess, because it's too late to troubleshoot that. But yes, the score in the top right is the actual score, and the number in the top left is the accuracy. Looks like veteran players are going to be warming up with something that, I guess they're good at, alt maps. Alt maps are basically mapped to the quarter beat instead of the half beat, like most Osu maps are. So they require, so they're either very difficult to single tap. So yeah, they're very difficult to single tap. It's very uncomfortable to do that. So usually use two fingers, which is called alternating, which is why these are called alt maps. Who is winning? The veterans are winning. You can take a look at the scores in the bottom to kind of see that. Prophet is going fucking insane on this, by the way. 300 combo with hidden. The accuracy is really, yeah, and then he breaks, yep. So one thing you'll see a lot in this show match is players who are more specialized in keeping good ac trying to maintain that, and players who are good at keeping combo trying to maintain that, because if you have bad accuracy in Score V2, if you don't have a combo to go with that bad accuracy, then you basically mean nothing. It basically means nothing. Because if you break with bad accuracy, it caps so much of your score that you can get. As you can see with Chaz right now, even though he does have a pretty decent combo, he's stuck below the 10k threshold because his accuracy is just really, really suffering. X-Poppy, let's go Chaz. X-Poppy, you are a legend. Chaz shouted you out on his profile for so many years and I'm like, who the hell is X-Poppy? But thank you for showing up. Now I know who you are. You are the inspiration to the combo god himself. I was about to say, Prophet and Gutrune have built up some good combo, but Gutrune immediately drops. And there goes Prophet, commentator's curse. Rise is the only one left up on the field. Prophet is 200k on this, which is pretty ridiculous. All combos are gone, but looks like veterans are going to be taking this warm-up. And don't worry, this is not the level of gameplay you'll be seeing from the actual pool. Like, I doubt anyone has practiced this map, really? Except for the people who have already had it. This is just to warm them up. This is like something outside of the pool. No one's expected to get good scores on warm-ups, but Prophet with 200k, Rize Dama with 150k each. Really impressive, actually, given what this is. Chaz, oh my god, everyone is out here to support Chaz. I love to see it. One of the circles from Osu has a ring. That's great. I love that. Alrighty, that is going to be the first warm-up. This Prophet is indeed, kind of popped off with Hidden there, I must say. 3 D ranks, so Chaz isn't the only person who got the D. And he did get more scored than Meow did, or Me6. Alright, let's not start with that. Deeper, deeply depressed. Oh no. Alright. So now we've got the warm-up from the modern players. If you don't put Seishin Complex in there, I'm gonna riot. Are you kidding me? Alright, let's do it. This map. Yeah, the pain map. Prophet is gonna get like 1,000 combo on this and everyone else is gonna die. I'm just gonna put that out there. Would prefer something. Would prefer something harder. Not with DT. Rize wants to play this DT. Psychological warfare. Yes. In this next warm-up, I'm gonna discuss like what these players are good at and what they're bad at. So, and how that weighs into consideration for what each team might be picking. I love CS7 streams. Of course. OWC map, by the way. Worst HR player FC this in the grand finals. Let's see what happens with these guys. Lob Pain. No Bochi the Rock opening today. We're gonna wait for Thursday. In general, like, not too many skill sets are tested at the 3-star range, I would say. So it's just gonna be down to whoever plays better on the maps, I guess. Alrighty. We've got Windtails coming out, and this is quite the map. Low AR. Low AR, high CS. Everyone is dead. Congratulations. Thank you for the gift subs. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the gift sub. Hope you enjoy that gift sub, Boba Tapioca. Also, everyone failed. Because no one turned on no fail. I can't believe it. It was just too easy. Off to a great start. Thank you for the Prime Gaming sub, Chaz. Really appreciate all the support. I don't have like sub notifications turned on because like this is a different view and stuff. You are a prime gamer. Alright. Rize is going with the no fail once again. What a trooper. Alright. So, on to discuss these players, I guess. So one common theme that you'll see with old versus new players, and this goes for a lot of different games too, is that the old players are going to be better at, I guess I should start with discussing the modern players. The modern players are going to be better at things involving mechanics, such as raw aim, raw streaming ability, speed, stuff like that. While the veterans are usually going to be better at things such as aim control, finger control, like more control-oriented elements, and also reading tough patterns that are not really present in new maps, that people were forced to play in old maps if they wanted to compete. So like weird old maps will certainly favor the veterans as well, but that's just overall, I would say. Rize is a very good mechanics player. Literally just set his top 3 plays 2 days ago. So keep an eye out for him to be the mechanics anchor of the veteran players. Dama, on the other hand, has played for a very long time. What Dama is good at is just all sorts of gimmick maps and alt maps. I've already discussed alt maps, maps that are kind of mapped to the quarter beat while not being full-blown streams. And also just weird gimmick patterns that no one but him can play, which is why a lot of maps that people share in the QuizUp Pokemon community have been dubbed Dama maps, because he's the only person who can put up a decent combo on them. And I would wager that there are some of those maps in this map pool too, so keep an eye out for that. And Chaz, you know him well. He is the combo god, will keep combo. He will keep combo despite all odds, as we've seen in the first tournament that I ever hosted. In the first match that I ever commentated, he got 4 points off of one of the tournament favorites because he just kept combo with like 85% accuracy and completely demolished him for the first half of the set. Thank you for the hydrate. I wish I could do the big cocoa sip, but that's on the other overlay. Let's go, Looper. On the other hand, the modern players, Prophet is probably the best player in the lobby right now. He has by far the best mechanics out of everyone. Best aim, really. Best aim and really good stamina, and surprisingly adept at playing precision maps, small circle size maps that we'll be seeing with the Hard Rock. And everyone gets a D rank, everyone dies, Rize fails at the end. That is exactly what happens in Wind Tales if you pick this as your warm-up, as psychological warfare, as they say. And Mi6, or Meow, is a fellow mouse player, just like Chaz, just like me. And, yeah. Meow is also really good at the mouse mechanics as well. Really solid aim fundamentals. And that will carry him quite the long way. And, Gutrune, she is very adept at stamina and speed. While her aim does struggle a little bit, she does tend to out-stamina everyone else on long stream maps, and also no mod 5 type maps, even though that isn't going to be played today. Anything with high BPM and a lot of like little bursts, like she will basically just out-stamina everyone in the lobby despite her rank. It's actually crazy. Alrighty. And yeah, after all of these maps are said and done, I'll have a 2-minute interim between each of them. So DT1 is chosen first. DT1 is the double time aim map, usually aim at a higher BPM and a higher approach rate than what you would be used to. Gutrune crashed. Okay, so we'll wait for her to come back. And he wants DT. Chaz taunting. Oh my goodness. Right, smoking the no in the middle. Yeah, Gutrune just hates DT1 that much. She hates aim. The first 30 seconds. Replay after that. Last nil score. I hope gut rune crashing isn't going to be a common theme in the show match, because that might mess things up a little bit. And also, I need to take off the okay, there we go. Because that was red team's pick, not blue team's. Thank you for the posture check. I really appreciate all these redeems. This pool had good song choice. I'm glad to hear that, Prophet. Two Yorishika maps in the map pool. Of course the song choice was good. I'm just kidding. I'm a big Yorishika fan. Hey, for those who don't know me, this is one of my favorite bands ever. Please listen to their music, it's so good. No SAO songs. Kyoma would be sad, it's so true. As if I would ever put an SAO song in the pool. I'm just gonna be waiting for their ready. Still have Chocobo stuck in your head. Oh man. Hiroshika maps are goated? True. Also, I should toggle warm-up because I should do that. And the difficulty is not 3.81 stars, it is 3.81 stars before double time. So this map is going to be sped up 1.5 times. This is quite the hard 3-star map that we're looking at right now. Alright. Surprising to see the veteran players pick a mechanics map, but we'll see what happens. Rize is known for these types of maps, so maybe it'll be him solo carrying this. First break comes out from Dama though. Maybe caught off by the sudden change in BPM. So that'll give the early advantage over to the modern players. Nothing too hard happening here too, but early breaks don't usually influence that much. But Chaz goes down, trades with Meow. And Chaz tanks Ak on the stream as well. Still advantage over to the modern players, as Prophet and Gutrune holding down that combo. Well, it's only Rize on the veteran side. And this goes back to kind of what I said about that kind of mechanics gap that these two teams have. So picking into that, I'm not sure that was like a super good decision. Meow continues to struggle on this though. We'll put a little bit of a halt to the growth of that score, but Chaz is continually trading. Gutrune with the 92% FC, Prophet up at 98% with Rize. Dama recovering his combo quite well, but they're going to need to see a break from Gutrune or Prophet very soon, and Prophet is not one to break on these types of maps. Chaz and Meow continue to trade. Alright. 300k lead. At the 3/4 point of the map, I think this is over. And yeah, this was a very, very questionable pick, I would say. Because you're picking into your opponent's strength. And while, yes, your ace player can FC this, but so can two people on the other team. Combo breaking together is trading. Thank you for the, thanks for the clarification, Danny. And that kind of pick is going to get them in hot water as they exit the first map with a 400k deficit. Prophet and Gutrune double FCing this. So yeah, this was possibly one of the weaker picks that they could have made into this. Rize playing amazing. I'm getting a 97% FC, but it is all for naught as Prophet negates it with his own FC and Gutrune backs it up with an FC of her own 93%. Cave saying L very politely. As politely as I can, I'm just kidding. I commentate based on what happens on the screen. Also, I'm not finished with my lunch, so you're gonna hear me eating. If that turns you away, then so be it. Hey, Scrags. You missed the first map only. Also, I don't know why the map pool didn't bounce out immediately. Yeah, you only missed the first map and the warm-ups. So modern players take the first map pretty cleanly with double FC. DT3 is chosen. Unravel. Yes. Going back to everyone's favorite edgy phase. I particularly like this cover by Lushka. Yeah, Xai's playing. He's Rize. And it looks like Gutrune is connected once again. Yeah. I'm sorry I'm not doing a very good job at keeping up with chat, but like, I'm just trying to juggle everything because I'm also like TOing the lobby as well. Yeah. Need to wait for Gutrune. Yeah, Unravel, I'm sure some of us have had this on repeat a couple years ago, back in our edgy phase. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid fucking bot. Get out of here. Perish. Spammer in chat. Spammer down. Left-hand team, so true. Your auto-clicker broke. Alright. So yeah, Unravel on this difficulty and with DT is just going to be a test of how many of those 204 BPM bursts that you can hit without losing figure control. And that ties well into what the modern player's strengths are, which is basically raw mechanics. Still on repeat for you. Chaz is actually playing Cookie Clicker right now. That explains it, yes. But you can idle in Cookie Clicker. Maybe it adds a little bit of life to Osu, who knows. The Fia method. We don't talk about Fia. You know what I think about Fia? You know what I think about Fia? For context, Fia is allegedly a Chinese Osu player who cheated in the World Cup. And this is what I think about Fia. Alright, everyone's ready, let's start. Almost jumped a bit. You can't ban the streamer. I'm sorry. That's illegal. That is illegal. Yes, Fia took a giant L. But... fair enough, fair enough. We need a skin that replaces the circles with cookies. That wouldn't make for a very good viewing experience. Meow really struggling with this early section, giving a slight lead over to the veterans at the start of the map. Gutrune also falls soon after, which trades it out with Chaz. That is still 2 full combos to 1 on Prophet, but Prophet is basically guaranteed to FC this. Let's not mince words here. While the combo is with the veterans, the AC gap between them and Prophet is just massive. 96 versus 91 and 92. Certainly doesn't help that Meow continues to break. Oh no! Oh no. That's not the player you want to break. Rize falls. And now Dama is the only one left out with combo. How long can his speed keep up with this map? 202 BPM. This is a hard difficulty map, so the way that it is mapped, it does play into Dama's strengths here, but the BPM is quite high, so how long will it be until he loses finger control? Rize, of course, is going to recover. It's just Dama versus Prophet, and Dama falls, which will bring the lead to a screeching halt as Prophet takes it back for the team. And Gutrune with the 300 combo as well. Yeah, this is basically unmatchable. Prophet would have to break like right now for the veterans to have it, even a sliver of a chance to come back into this. But it doesn't look like he's going to break. As we said, he is the best mechanics player in this lobby. You pick something that involves speed? Or like anything that isn't like a 7-star aim pattern, like you throw that at him, he's gonna FC it. And while the backing score from Dama for Rize was better, unfortunately Rize just did not FC on a couple of unfortunate breaks, and that's basically what's gonna happen. The mechanics gap is real. Prophet takes another one. He is certainly the player to beat in this lobby. 300k win for the modern players. Prophet is hard carrying right now. Is he just going to FC everything in the pool? Sorry, my cat was playing. Oh, right. I need to set the timer as well. Just hit the buttons. True, just click the circles to the beat. Fremont won immediately coming out from the veteran team. Yes, I said to the beat. You were clicking off the beat, SMH. Uh-oh, that's not what you're supposed to do, Chaz. So, Fremont rules. For Fremont songs, you need to pick one hard rock, and you have to have one hard rock and one hidden on each of your team members, and the last person can be anything. So, as I explained earlier, hard rock flips the map vertically, makes the circle smaller, makes them fly in faster, and makes it harder to get good accuracy. Very demanding mod. Not very many people in the lobby can play this, except for the ace players, really. Hidden makes circles fade out after a little while, so you have to read ahead. And you're never going to be sure of your aim. Yes, you can overmod. And this continues the trend of veterans picking more mechanics-oriented maps into the modern players, which is just not... it's not working out right now. Fremont 1 is usually the sort of aim pick. Sort of like the DT one, where it was mostly aim. Sort of like what you would see in, say, a Nomad one, for example. And picking aim against this team on the right over here is, I don't know. Maybe the veterans have a plan up their sleeve, but this just seems like another wasted pick. Please do Wonderwall next. Unfortunately, Wonderwall is not in the pool. Chaz said he'd been bullied into Hidden. So Dama looks like he's going to be the no-mod anchor here. Chaz looks like he's going to tank the Hidden. Hidden is notably one of Prophet's weaknesses, but on an aim map like this where it's comfortable, I doubt that'll come into play, really. But we'll see what happens. Rize going for the Hidden Hard Rock. Obviously, excellent DT player, can read higher approach rates with no issues at all. We'll be just fine on this. First break coming out from Chaz and Gutrune trading it. Gutrune looks like she's going to be the Hard Rock tank for her team. Certainly not comfortable on this approach rate. Look at her cursor. Look at how much it's shaking. This is what happens when you play Hard Rock when you're not used to it. You just can't react to the circles in time. Rize with the 98% full combo on the Hidden Hard Rock versus Prophet with the full combo on Hidden. Dama and Meow are going to be trading FCs with that no mod. Chaz and Gutrune really struggling on the mod tank, but that is one viable strategy that you can use on free mods. If you don't have a player that can play a certain mod, just put maybe like the lowest rank or like the least comfortable player on a mod, because they're going to tank anyways, or they have the highest chance of tanking. So might as well just slap the mod on them and have one of your better players get a little bit more of a guaranteed score. And this is not a knock on the players or anything. People do this even at the very highest levels in OWC. But the backing combo from Gutrune is going to be bigger, and that's basically the difference maker right now. Is that Gutrune on the tank mod, she is playing a lot better than Chaz on the Hidden. Chaz continues to break. Dama with a 99% FC on this, holy shit. And yeah, like I said, Hidden not a problem on a pretty standard A map like this. Oh my goodness, Prophet misread that pattern, but got saved by the low OD of the map. Oh my goodness. How many maps in this tourney total? You can take a look at the map pool. There are 6 no mods, 3 Hiddens, 3 Hard Rocks, 4 DTs, 3 free mod, and 1 tiebreaker. This is not a tourney, this is just a show match, by the way. And it looks like modern players are going to be walking away with this if things continue the way that they do. Just because Gutrune on that 400 combo is going to be the difference maker, despite her low accuracy at 88%. Yeah, the veterans really needed to see a break from one of the FCs here. And they need to see it right now. And Me6 breaks. Meow is gone. There is no combo to match Dama. If they can hold on just a little bit longer, it might be able to swing it over. Oh my goodness. The last minute comeback from the veteran players? Oh my goodness. And it's gonna happen. It happens. The veterans steal that at the last minute due to the break from Me6. Uncontested FC from Dama, 99.71% and a 97.27% from Rize. Can I see some when you see it in chat? I can't fucking believe it. That this actually happened. The Hidden Hard Rock FC from Rize is actually crazy though. And the FC from Prophet with the Hidden as well. Yeah, I should get the do not look at this stack. And as everyone's favorite song comes out on the tourney client. Is the one on Thursday going to be the same format? It's going to be fewer maps, and the maps are going to be like 3 stars for the seal bracket that they're playing at. But yeah, it looks like that certainly was not a wasted pick then. If Rize and Dama can put up double FCs like that on these types of maps. DT4 is coming out. Carousel. Spicy pick. Spicy pick. So this is a pretty short one, 2 minutes and 40 before DT, so after DT it's going to be like, I can't do mental math when I'm commentating. It's going to be 1 minute 46. And it looks like Gutrune is, has left the game again. You don't know what's going on, but you're happy to be here. I'm happy to hear that, Basil. Thanks for showing up to support. This is the only bad song in the pool, Thinking. I like this song. Really makes you think. Okay, so about the map itself. This is a high BPM, high AR, not high BPM, but like high AR aim control map. So there are going to be a lot of disjointed patterns, a lot of weird slider shapes that kind of go off into the middle of nowhere. This isn't an anime song, so true. Map sucks too. Time to mash. Alright. I'm waiting for the ready up. Yeah. What mods are Kage? Again, that's no mod. That's no mod 1. That's the aim map. Alright. Where's the 4-star map, says Chaz. This technically is a 4-star map on like the old star rating system, so there you go. Alright. So, you'll see how wild this map is once we get into it. Lots of disjointed patterns. I feel like we're going to see a lot of chain misses. I don't know why the modern players picked this. Do they have a confident FC on this? Meow immediately breaks. So do Prophet and Rize. Prophet's first break of the show match is going to be on this map. Of course he thinks it's bad. Everyone is dead. Gutrune is the only person with combo. It's a 70% full combo. But that's going to be the difference maker when everyone else is struggling. Holy shit, Gutrune's popping off. And then she breaks. Now it's with Dama. Dama has 94% on this. What the fuck is going on? No way. No way you get 94% on this on Score V2 in a show match. Can he hold this combo all the way? While everyone else is chain missing. We'll see what happens. This is still anyone's game. But the longer Dama holds, the longer he puts this out of reach of the modern players. And it seems like the modern players have fallen into that trap of picking what their opponents are good at. Because you could say that this is a Dama map with how disjointed all these patterns are and how weird all these slider shapes are. DT4 is the gimmick slot in the DTs, and Dama is particularly good at this. So maybe this was a mispick from the modern players, or maybe they're just giving them a chance because they were like, oh, we won the first 2 handily, so let's just get this one out of the way. And yeah, this map is over in the blink of an eye, so all the breaks do matter a ton, but at the end of the day, Dama gaps everyone on this Dama map. 400k victory for the veteran players once. Once again, they take 2 points in a row and their first break point of this set as well. Holy shit, 93% is actually kind of cracked on this, and the double D's. Of course, Chaz actually matching Meow there. Alright. So we have a tied game. Things have started to look very interesting. They got the break point, they got their pick in. Now they get their pick in. And yeah, I'm going to refrain from commentating on what I think like their team should pick. I was going to say before GT4, I kind of forgot that I think that map was always going to go over to the veterans. Because it's just a Dama map. Nomad 3 is coming out, the alt map, and this certainly does play into the strengths of that team. Rize can single tap this, and Dama can play this. Can we play this with DT? No, you can't. You cannot. So once again, alt maps, for those of you who are not familiar with Osu, are maps that are usually mapped to the quarter beat instead of the half beat. So effectively, it's like double the BPM of what you would usually be used to. So instead of 118 BPM like this, it would be 236 if you were to single tap it. So most people for alt maps use two fingers to play, which is known as alternating, to kind of effectively like counteract this change in mapping style. You play this with auto. No. 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 And alt maps are generally like very either very flow aimy or very snap aimy. With a lot of linear patterns and like just a lot of aim control required to play it. So we'll see what happens on this. Alright. Waiting on the ready up. Good luck. Dreamland practice time? Alright, good luck. Alrighty. Alternating on every map means you play with two fingers on every map instead of single tapping with one. So I think this should theoretically go over to the veterans 100% of the time. However, Prophet might have something to say about that, because before the show match, oh shit, Rize just missed on the easy part. Early breaks don't matter too much, but on the easy part, yeah, not having it. Prophet goes down, but trades with Dama. What? And Meow, the only combo going down. Chaz is the only combo left on the board right now. What the fuck? He's just going. He's just going. Prophet continues to break. Gutrun told me, like she told me before this match, that Prophet said that this would be an easy FC. But everyone is chain missing right now, so we're not seeing a lot of that. Chaz actually carried the team a little bit there. Holy shit. Pushing the lead ever so slightly more in their favor with that 200 combo there, when everyone else had nothing. Oh my god. This is wild. This is not how I expected this map to go at all. Yeah, Gutrun Mi6, really struggling with the accuracy right now. As you can see, these sliders are kind of like weirdly timed, and you have these patterns that are like very unclear as to how you're supposed to act them. So if you're not practiced on this map, or at least this style of map, then you're gonna suffer a lot. Rize Dama really pushing the lead even more in their direction. While Prophet, yeah, Prophet has broken quite a lot. Despite, also Rize has 97.27 again at the break. Come on. I can't fucking believe it. How did we see it twice in this show match already? Chaz actually has a really crazy combo right now, negating both Meow and Gutrun on the other team. Dama goes down, but Rize still has the combo. And as long as he can hold for just a little bit more, it's going to be out of reach for the modern players. The modern players barely even breaking 300k at the 3/4 point of the map. They're just not having a good time on this. Maybe not a good alt day for them. Just not ready for this style of map. Maybe the nerves kicking in on this. And there's nothing hard left at the end of the map, except like a tricky finger control section. Yeah, people are not going to miss on this part. Oh, I didn't even realize that Rize broke. But it doesn't matter, all combos are reset. There is no combo on anyone. Yeah, and as we get into the cooldown section of this map, Rize actually finds a break. Same as Prophet. They both break on nothing. They trade breaks on absolute air. Oh man, you hate to see it, but it doesn't matter. Veterans are going to pull this one away with a 500k point lead at the end. Yeah, the backing player is just not there for Team Modern players, and Prophet really having a hard time in this map today. Maybe it's because of nerves, maybe he just wasn't ready. But yeah, that is not how I expected that map to go whatsoever in terms of like the actual scores that they got. But the veterans did have the advantage on this map, with Rize and Dama both being able to play this. Oh my goodness. Chaz, are you listening to the commentary while you play? What the hell? No way. Alright. GG Dama map, indeed. And it looks like they're going with DT2. Winner mentality, I can't believe it. You don't do that, Chaz. You can't do that. That's illegal. Alright, so Spiral's being picked next. DT2 is all about stamina. How many of these bursts can you hit without losing stamina? Because there are going to be a ton of them. And this map was actually suggested to me by the modern players. I was asking for feedback on the map pool, and they said the original DT2 I had was a fucking terrible map. And I agree. So I was like, okay, do you have a suggestion on what to put in this slot? And they threw this at me. So with that in mind, you better win. You better win. Not only is this your own pick, it's your own choice as to what map should go in this map pool. So I'm expecting Prophet just easily FC this, honestly. And Gutrun to put up a giant combo. This plays into their strengths quite nicely. Can we Nightcore? Prophet's sight reading? Uh-oh. That might be a problem, but, you know, Prophet on high 4-star, low 5-star mechanics, super consistent. He's probably just going to FC anyway. Alright. Okay. Okay, Gutrun and Meow don't want it, so yeah. Okay. Caramel Danson? That's not in the pool either. Maybe in the next show match. Chaz, I'm not shit-talking anyone, I'm just saying what happens on the screen. I promise I'm not intentionally shit-talking anyone. And there goes Chaz and Meow immediately at the start of the map. But Gutrun and Prophet are holding this down. This is the kind of map that Gutrun's good at. Like, she's good at stamina, she's good at stamina, good at streams. But Gutrun's going to find a break, actually. See if she can recover this combo. Rize and Dama really holding it down right now, but with very low accuracies, and Dama misses on air. Uh-oh. This is not good. Meow has recovered a 200 combo. Matched by Chaz right now. So it's Rize and Chaz versus Prophet and Meow. And Chaz goes down. which will push the lead further into the favor of the modern players. Rize doing all he can to get up the score right now, but the act gap is pretty ridiculous right now, and there's no combo to contest. So they're going to need a break from... I was going to say they need a break from Meow, but Gutrune has also built up her combo to a respectable almost 300. So it's a three-way team effort on the modern players versus just one player with 93% FC on the veteran side. This is just not looking good at all. Dama built up his combo to negate Gutrune, who does break. And Meow follows up as well. Dama and Chaz now have collectively enough combo to negate... okay, never mind. Everyone just dies. Combo reset is going to benefit the person... not the person. The team in the lead. So, looks like the modern players are going to consolidate this lead unless something ridiculous happens to Prophet within the next couple seconds. And that ridiculous thing actually happened to Rize. I'm sorry. I'm getting my players mixed up. He is going to find that break instead of Prophet. And it looks like Prophet's going to put up a sight read FC on this in the show match, which is pretty crazy. But as we said, Prophet is good at mechanics. And this kind of map where it's just easy 4-star mechanics is going to basically be a guaranteed FC from him 103% of the time. And the modern players are going to take their own pick by a whopping 400k lead coming into the very end and growing. This is a pretty ridiculous team score. Gutrune with the 400 combo at the end to support as well. Yeah, Prophet is the only one left at the end with the FC. Everyone else, Rize did put up a pretty respectable 680k score as well, but simply was not enough. With the three-way team score, actually, from modern players, that even if he FC'd, it wouldn't have been enough because Meow and Gutrune put up 300k backing scores, which was enough to support Prophet's FC. Froze for a second with good... Uh-oh. Gutrune's computer's inting on her. Chaz, stop. X-Poppy mechanics is basically just like stuff like aim, speed, stamina, stuff like that. That's like mechanical skills, like stuff you do with your left hand and your right hand. It was just from 6 WC semifinals. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, fair enough. App is tied up. I should probably get these ready. So just like raw mechanical skills, basically. As opposed to things that need like control or like reading, such as aim control, finger control. Or like how precisely you can like time your attacks rather than how fast you can tap raw, basically. Or how far you can aim. It's like, can you control this on a weird pattern that's hard to read? That is what I think the veterans are better at. Modern players are much better at maps that just test like straightforward skills, basically. It definitely makes sense that the veterans would pick this. I just realized I had my mic muted. Holy shit, but no mod 4. This is the slider map. This is the tech map, rather. Lots of weird, crazy sliders, cut streams everywhere. Hard to read because all the sliders stack on top of each other and shit. You need a ton of aim control to play this well. Looks like Gutrune's back in the lobby, so we might be able to get started. And like I was saying when my mic was muted, this certainly does favor the veterans on paper, because, well, first off, this is a Dama map, and second, they're just better at stuff like this. I think their backing players are better at processing these types of patterns. Oh my god. Well, it's like, I think it depends on it depends on the person you ask, what their definition of mechanics is. But I think the consensus also, shout out to Fat Yoshi in the background. But the general consensus is that mechanics refer to straightforward raw skills. If I didn't explain that well. Mechanics are the ones working on cars. Indeed, you are correct. You are technically correct. Okay, so let's get into this tech pick. As you can see, these slider shapes are fucking weird. Gutrune gets caught off on them. Also, Meow gets caught off on them as well. So does Chaz. But it's down 2 FCs, 2-1 from Prophet. But Prophet is pretty good at these maps, so we'll see what happens. Breezy struggling on the Ack, but holding down the full combo. It's just a matter of who will break on these weird patterns first. Gutrune goes down again, and so does Meow, trading out with Chaz. Rize Dama holding it down for the team. We get into a little slow section here. It's going to really benefit the veterans. Not going to probably see anyone break here. So this is just going to be free combo for them. As we approach the midpoint of the map, though, that's the danger zone. You never want to break at the midpoint of the map, because that means your max combo is going to be exactly half of what's left in the map, which means your score is going to be hard capped at 600k. You can't get any higher than that if you break right in the middle. So while this is a slow section, the danger zone is quickly approaching. So if any of the FCs break, it will be huge. Rize goes down! It is Dama versus Prophet. Prophet has the Ack advantage. He's clearly a little more comfortable on this, and it shows as Dama goes down. Gutrune building up a 400 combo of her own to support that FC, pushing that lead further and further. Can Prophet hold through all these crazy sliders? That's the question right now. This would be quite the break point to pull out on the veteran team, on something that favored them quite a lot on paper, but looks like Prophet just doesn't care about that. As we said, he is the player to beat in this lobby. He can basically FC anything in this pool on a good day, except maybe the hidden 2. And he's just going. There's no stopping him. Rize recovering 400 combo, but it's simply not enough. Yeah, the veterans really just needed Dama to hold for just a little bit longer. But at the end of the day, that's going to be a point. Oh, whoops! I panicked away from that, but that's a point to the modern players. Taking away a break point from the veteran team, the modern players. And I'm assuming that they're going to pick Nomad 2. Actually, let's not discuss picks or anything, because people are actually listening to me. The players are actually listening to me. Hard Rock 2, Chocobo. Alrighty. This is a spicy one. No veto for you, Chaz. Your team should have banned this if you didn't want to play this. Why'd you ban Hidden 2? If your team didn't want to play Hard Rock, you should have banned Hard Rock. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, not Hidden 2. Hard Rock 2 is the small circle size Hard Rock pick. So normally Hard Rock picks are CS 5.2, which is to put it into perspective, the circles are about as small as this map circles are without Hard Rock. So when you put Hard Rock on this, the circles become extremely tiny. We call this Osu for ants for a reason. And usually these picks are going to be maxed out at the AR. Most Hard Rock picks are AR 10, which is the highest that the game can naturally go without pushing it further with double time. But this map will be at AR 8.4, which is actually pretty low for a Hard Rock. Don't watch your square. Oh no. Eyes are gonna be on you, Chaz. You brought your friends here for a reason. Alrighty. As we get into this, looks like Rize is still stuck on Hesperos for some reason. Yeah, the Fat Yoshi is just lurking in the background, I suppose. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the Fat Yoshi didn't want to go away. So we missed the first couple combo of the map. So this is just like old map, like precision patterns. And while Prophet is good at this, I can't imagine the rest of his team is too comfortable on this kind of map. But Dama goes down, so there's that. So I'm eating my words right now, as the modern players climb up to a pretty respectable combo lead. But people can break at any moment in this map. As we see from Dama and Gutman trading it out again, Chaz also breaks. Look at how small these circles are. How are these players even hitting any of this under pressure in the show match? I'll never know. But what I do know is that Prophet and Meow are going to claw that combo lead into their favor, with a slight lead at the break. But the hard patterns are coming up now. And everyone dies except Meow! And then Meow dies as well. Chaz is the only combo left. Can he pull? No! Everyone is dead! Everyone is dead. 5 people are failing. The commentator's cursed. But this combo reset favors the modern players because they built up higher score before this. I don't think there's enough time left in the map to pull this back. Everyone is just fucking dead. And that's going to do it. Another point on the board for the modern players. My goodness. What a map that was. Everyone just fucking died. And at the end of the day, Meow actually top scoring this map, 430k, very, very impressive score from him, and the highest accuracy. That's what I've been saying. Like, you put him on something that is aim-oriented, even if it's very gimmick aim-oriented, and he can put out scores like this. Don't underestimate him. Right, so veterans now have their backs against the wall with that last breakpoint on Hesperos going the other way. But now they have the pick, so maybe they can come up with something to claw this back. There are a couple maps left on the board that do favor them on paper, but it's all up to how well they can execute it on this given day. Getting water, BRB, gotcha. No mod 6. You called it, Danny. Ah, yes. Digital Mogra. This is a map. This is quite the map. Nomad 6. This is the gimmick territory of a map pool. Nomad 6s are usually weird stats. As you can see, this is CS 4.7, AR 8.7. You don't need to know what those numbers mean. Just know that the circles are small and the approach rate is low, which means that object density is going to be at an all-time weird. Thank you for the posture check, X Poppy. Did you see that, Lom? Yes! Lom loves this band. Shoutouts to Legend of Metroid, also known as Lomango. Thank you all for the posture check. And yeah, this map basically has a lot of weird aim control, figure control patterns that are just a little bit off from what you would expect. And the BPM is super low as well, which makes it very uncomfortable for like a lot of the raw mechanics players to kind of like slow down their tapping and get good accuracy on this map. Lots of space bursts, lots of quads thrown around everywhere as well. This is quite the challenging map to play, especially under pressure, but hey, who knows? Prophet might pull out an FC out of his hat once again. Alright, wait a bit more for Prophet. Perfect timing. Okay. Okay, everyone ready up, please. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna see how well these guys play, and I have quite a lot to say about the map if I don't forget what I'm gonna say about the map. Okay, there we go. This map should favor the veteran players on paper, but yeah, as I said, Prophet can pull out an FC from basically nowhere, so we'll be keeping an eye out on him to carry as well. Laz is BM for final map. I don't even have that map anymore. You gotta ask Dom for that. If he even still has it. Alright. We are ready up. So, map starts off pretty unassuming. Just a bunch of easy sliders. But the low BPM bursts are going to be coming in short order. And we'll see how well our players today can act that. And there we go. The first few 5-note bursts. Looks like players are dropping hundreds everywhere, except for Prophet, who is holding the SS. And then he drops the SS. No one has broken, so I should probably just shut the fuck up, shouldn't I? Alright, Chaz the only break on the board. In this, it's pretty slow section. But we're getting into the quads now. How well can our players hold finger control on these quads, or will they overtap and slider break? And the first space burst coming out. Who's gonna hit this? Not Rize or Meow. And Prophet misses on nothing! It's Dama versus Gutrune. The 1v1 of the century. And Dama has a massive ACK lead. This lead is going to swing over slowly over to the veterans. Based on that ACK lead. Is everyone using pen? Meow and Chaz are using mouse. Everyone else is on tablet. More breaks coming in from Rize over here. Dama continues to hold it down with the 96% FC. But as we saw on the last space burst, people can miss at any moment on any of these space bursts. Gutrune with the 80% accuracy. Can she continue to hold this? Next space burst coming up, and every player hits it. If things keep going the way they are, because of this ACK deficit, Gutrune is basically playing with fire here. If she breaks, her score is gone. But as we've seen, players can break anywhere on this map, so there are 2 more space bursts coming, looming over everyone's heads. Meow breaks as well, not going to be helping out the modern players any bit, I guess. I can't speak today. And Chaz has built up a massive supporting combo of 500. Hold on, people. Chaz is the anchor once again, the combo god himself. Any breaks are fatal. And Gutroon breaks on the last space burst, as does the rest of her team. It's over. Dama is going to FC. Is this an FC? Yeah, Dama. If it's not an FC, it's close enough to an FC, but Dama is going to carry. The last space burst, everyone dies. But at the end of the day, Dama has done all he needs to, putting up 780k on a map like this in the show match. That's going to take the point for the veteran team. Rize and Chaz supporting quite well as well. That last space burst is nasty. That's not a commentator's curse. Like, I expected a lot of people to break there. Sorry. That was not a commentator's curse. I will not take responsibility for that. Okay. I should get the score out, shouldn't I? Missed on air. Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. But yeah, as you saw with that crazy Nomad 6 there, that is what this slot in tournaments and show matches is like. You just get a lot of these gimmick patterns, these space bursts that are super uncomfortable to hit, and Dama FCs all of them. Nomad 2 coming out. Yes. Nomad 2. Nomad 2 is the stream map of the map pool. This either tests flow aim or stamina. I went for flow aim for this one. No more Score V2. I'm sorry. Score V2 is standard across all tournaments and show matches. I veto this proposition. I'm sorry, Chaz. Try not to fall asleep simulator. Free PP, yes. This is possibly, like, if you have the mechanics to play this, this is easy. If you don't, you can't play it. That's basically the gist of this map. This is probably the most straightforward map in the pool. It's just very straightforward flow aim. If you can hit the streams, you're good to go. But it's long, so yeah, as Prophet said, try not to fall asleep is maybe one of the other big challenges of this map. And this map does certainly favor the modern player's Prophet. Obviously, ain't going to be able to FC this easily. Gutroon as well. This is her specialty. Flow aim stamina streams. Well, not stamina in this case, but like, she's really good at streams, and you're going to be seeing that in short order. I forgot the timer, but yeah, just... Yeah. Wall. Okay. Okay, good luck. Good luck, have fun. Yeah, this should be a pretty clean win for the modern players, like 99% of the time. And this is, I think, what Team Veterans should have banned out, because they know that their opponents are good at this. Like, they know two people on the opposing team can put up an FC on this, so... So leaving this open was not something I expected. But maybe Rize Dama gonna double FC this. Who knows? Maybe Chaz FC's this. Okay, never mind. Rize with the early break on air, as the cool kids say. Alrighty. Oh yeah, I've heard good things about the Vulture map. I haven't played it personally, but I've seen it played with DT, I think. I think Xylus did like a demonstration of it on DT, or like his school or something. He's a top player who like has a video about him. Like his teacher told him to play Osun from the class to demonstrate like the flow. Oh no! Speaking of the flow, the flow mindset. or something it's called. Everyone on veterans teams dies except for Chaz. Chaz is the only... No! Everyone is dead. And the modern players are going to sprint away with this lead. With the Prophet Gut Rune double FC. I'm sorry, Scrags. Blame the commentator, it's okay. I deserve it for that one. Rize breaks again on nothing. Looks like this point is just... yeah. This is not looking good. It's a 100k lead and we're not even a quarter of the way through the map. We're barely a quarter of the way through the map. There's still a lot of map to be played, of course. If Prophet and Gut Rune like blue screen of death right now and like chain miss, then maybe they have a chance. Look at Gut Rune assessing that stream. This is her specialty. This is the type of map she loves to play, and showing here. While everyone on Veterans team is really struggling, except for Dama, who's holding down that 400 combo, but it's just a little too far behind what the modern players have. They need to see a break right now, basically. Like, immediately after this break, they need to see breaks or else it's going to be, like, done. And Meow with a very respectable backing score of 140k supporting the FCs. He's doing all he needs to. His team's got this. Dom and Rize have recovered quite nicely, but unfortunately, Prophet and Gut Rune are double FCing, so they need to break on like a space stream like right here or something. And it doesn't happen, and Chaz is the one who finds the break. This is going to be a landslide victory for the modern players if they can hold these FCs down. And Gut Rune breaks on nothing! Hold on. And, oh no, it's traded out with Rize. Between the two of them, Rize and Dama, they could have negated Prophet, but unfortunately, that was not meant to be. It is Dama versus Prophet. If Prophet breaks, there's still a possibility. But unfortunately, he's on the FC right now looking to show no signs of stopping. Danny trying to overtake my spot as commentator. I'm sorry, but this is twitch.tv/FlishCave. That's not happening. Alrighty. Meow finds a chain miss on the— oh, what the fuck? What is going on? If Dama holds this, I'm just gonna shut up and let this play out. Do they have enough time? Is the issue here. Oh my goodness. Are they actually going to steal this breakpoint? Oh my god, Rize chain missing though is going to put this, actually losing so much score that it's actually put it out of reach. Dama put up a valiant fight, but in the end it was all for nothing really. Unfortunately, yeah, that chain miss from Rize, I think, at the end really hurt them. He lost so much score. But Dama gonna put up 750k top scoring this map. That's ridiculous. Like, he is not a stream-oriented player, but he put up not only the highest combo, but also the highest AC and the highest score. That's crazy. Holy shit. But unfortunately for Dama, that is not going to be enough, as the modern players take away yet another point. You fucking Sawada missed. No! Not like this. I think we could have seen like the score go a lot closer if we didn't see that chain miss at the end. But maybe it was out of reach anyway, because Dama was not on FC. He was on a huge combo, but not an FC. So I don't know. So even though they lost that point, like it was a point that they were probably going to lose anyway, they can take that confidence boost from that Dama score of 750k there and kind of carry that over into their next pick maybe. This is match point though. They cannot afford to drop any more, and the modern players still have one more pick left. What are they going to do? What concerns me a lot is that the modern players have 2 hard rocks that they can tap into. And the veterans are not really well known for their AR-10 skills. Except for Rize, who can play basically fucking anything, because he's cracked. As is everyone in this lobby, honestly. Like, they all have their own, like, ridiculous strengths that when played to, when they're on form, when played to, like, they're pretty much unstoppable. Surely not at Nomad 1 match point in tournament, and looks like the modern players are going to be picking Kage as the last one. Nomad 1, the aim consistency, once again. Picking aim into the modern players? Maybe questionable. But this map is weird. This map is not your conventional Nomad 1 where it's just like comfortable, raw aim, cross-screen jumps or whatever. This is awkward aim, weird sliders, shit just goes. And we'll take a look at what happens, I guess. Any sight readers in chat? Uh-oh. Is Gudrun sight reading this? Oh my god, Gudrun said any sight readers in chat and then left. Gudrun restarting Osu. Alright, we'll wait for her. But yeah, I'll talk about all the weird patterns as they come. Quick start now. Team sight read. No way this is a team sight read. No way. In no universe did you sight read this. Thanks for the posture check. You're not even a sight reader in music, yeah. I've built up, I don't know, as a pianist, I built up, like, quite the sight reading skills, like, for music. But, like, if you give me a piece, if you give me a full piece, I won't be able to do it. If you give me, like, a snippet that tests specific skills, like the things that you see on, like, the piano test and stuff, then yeah, I can do it. If you practice Nomad 1, you can't FC it. Unfortunately, this is not your conventional Nomad 1, I'm sorry. If you are expecting comfortable jumps here, you are sorely, sorely mistaken. Alright. Alright. Ready up. Sappy's the better sight reader, gotcha. You can transcribe pretty well. Transcribing is a really good skill. That's something I can never do. Like, I try, but I can't do it. So, the fact that you can is really impressive, honestly. To be able to, like, listen to something and then immediately be able to put it down on the sheet. I'll also BRB in that case. Hey stream, can you spam Keck W for me BRBing as soon as Donna came back? I see no Keck W's. You have failed. Good day to you, ma'am. It's too late now. You can't do it now. Alright. I'll give a longer start because I'm imagining that these players. Yeah, these players might be caught a little bit off guard by me suddenly coming back. Needed to take off my coat for this. It's getting a bit stuffy in the commentator booth. Alright, so we're gonna see what Kage is all about. Why this map is so deceptively hard. Nothing special happening in the beginning here. Anyone who breaks here, which is Chaz, is going to forfeit a little bit of free combo, and also Meow and Rize. So veterans are getting the short end of the stick here into this slow section. So for about 200 combo, there's not really too much that goes on. This is just for players to kind of get acclimated to the map and build up. As you can see, those burst shapes are a little bit wiggly, which will come into play a little bit later. Little alt pattern here. We see some act drops, but no one dropping combo. Alright, here we go into the first Ki, and Chaz is the first one to break. We've got zigzag jumps and these weird shaped sliders. It's not so much the sliders that are hard to hit, it's what comes after. And the wiggle streams are getting more wiggly. Because these sliders are so, like, fast and in such a weird direction, it throws you off for what comes up next. Rize is going to get through that section just fine, as is Prophet, the quintessential aim player of the modern players. Meow and Gutrune starting to struggle quite a lot on this second section of the map. We get into another slow section, and that is going to favor the veterans actually, because Dama has built up quite the combo to support Rize. So that score lead is slowly going to shift back over, but since Prophet is on the FC, it's just not going to be enough right now to fully swing it, unless we see a miss from him, which would be very uncharacteristic of such a strong aim player. And Rize breaks on nothing! That is huge. They need to see a break from Prophet right now. And instead Dama breaks, full combo reset on the side of the veterans. Prophet is going to run away with this, 97% FC. And it looks like this might be it already. There is no combo on the side of the veterans unless Prophet finds a chain mist or something. This is just basically over. This was a huge mispick, actually. Well, I could understand why they picked it, because this is not what you would see in your conventional aim map. As you can see, Meow is really struggling on this map, despite being a very aim mechanics-oriented player. Prophet is just Prophet. You pick aim against him, he's gonna FC it. And it looks to be that way as we come into the last quarter of the map. No combo on the veterans whatsoever. And Prophet is going to one-man carry this into the ending. Not getting thrown off by anything that this map throws at him. And then he slider breaks on nothing. Pain. Another commentator's curse at the end of the show match, but it's not going to matter. Modern players, while they did have some slip-ups here and there, in the end they are going to take it. On the last map, no mod 1 on the match point. Prophet slider breaking on the last slider, but it's too little too late. 4-7 to the modern players. Netgem coming in at the end. Oh no. You missed it. The show match has just ended, but we might be able to see some exhibitions. GG's to all players. Alright. So, even though the show match is over, it looks like they still want to play some maps for us, so yeah, we can. And yeah, we have the winner. I didn't set a background for this, so it looks scuffed, but yes. Team Blue, the modern players Prophet, Me6, and Gutrun, congratulations. You can now turn that blob pain upside down. That sounded a lot better in my head, but you get what I mean. Thanks for coming out to support, though, Nejum. Support your boy Chaz. The windscreen with the blob pain. Okay. Alrighty, so we have the tiebreaker ready to go. Oops, that is gigantic. Gulf Goat, D for demolishing enemy team. There were times where Chaz was the combo anchor for his team, yes. He did put in a lot of work despite, like, being really rusty. I didn't anticipate a tiebreaker. Chaz thought they were gonna win 7-0. Hello? If only. Time to sight read FCSS blindfolded. Is Chaz actually just overmodding this? That's pretty funny. Can we also showcase after this? Chaz can only do SEO maps, so true. You throw crossing field at him, he's gonna SS easy. Hidden Hard Rock Flashlight. 1.3 million points. Gutrun hates Hidden 3. You gave me that map. You introduced me to that map set. She just hates. She just hates it. FC is full combo, yeah. We'll start whenever. We ignite the score in question, hidden double time SS. Zetsubo. Yeah. Let's actually showcase that at the end. Okay. Everyone's ready. We'll see when we get there. Whoa. Okay. Good luck. MP start 10. Blob pain. Chaz limiting his power, true. Chaz at full power is something scary. It's something actually nightmarish. Alright, so for those of you who are popping in, this is the tiebreaker showcase. If this match went to 6-6, which it didn't, they would be playing this map. Everyone is dead at the beginning, missing on complete air. See this map being more in line with what Rize and Prophet play. So they were playing far below what they usually play in terms of difficulty. So maybe this might be more comfortable for them, and then Rize breaks. Yeah, Chaz deserves to have a good lap. He did his part. He played some of those quicks quite well. Negating 2 people on the enemy team on No Mod 6 is no easy feat. So early lead going over to the modern players, but Meow and Gutman getting caught off. Oh my goodness, Profit breaks. So the only combo left on board is Rize. And I think Rize just broke. Okay, never mind. So full combo reset from everyone. Tiebreakers are supposed to be very difficult, testing every skill set, as many skill sets as possible. So you have to be very well-rounded and also have good nerve control to play these. It's like Rize's tilting a little bit. There's no combo on the side of the veterans though. Meow has recovered 91%, does miss. Everyone misses on the buzz sliders. It is pandemonium. Somehow the veterans have clawed back the lead based on Dama's 150 combo. Oh my goodness. This is just a slugfest here. And Profit breaks once again. Rize Dama to the lead with their combos. Dama will break. But the more Rize can push this 200 combo, the closer his team gets to winning this tiebreaker showcase, and everyone combo resets. That benefits the veteran players. They now have, I can't do math in my head while commentating, 60k in lead? Yeah, let's just say that. Chaz smoking out the Ligma. That's gonna get you banned in twitch.tv/wishcave in like 10 different countries, but I'll let it slide just this once. Because you are SSing all these streams. What the fuck? Chaz SS all those streams. What is going on? Chaz is playing out of his mind right now. Holy shit. Holding down the combo despite the 78% accuracy. That score is gonna go up if he can hold just a little bit longer. Flow aim player, no! No flow aim players in chat. The flow aim players are gone. Miss on the slider going into the next section. Oh my goodness. The rest of the show match was just a warm-up for Chaz, so true! He's popping off in this tiebreaker. The only combo left on the board is Rize once again. Profit really struggling on this, surprisingly. He has like 1600 combo on this in solo. Okay. So, Gutrun smoking out the Among Us. That also gets you banned on twitch.tv/wishcave in, actually not 10 different countries, but actually 25 different countries. But I'll let it slide just this once because of the show match. Now, if you did that again in the next show match, I'm not going to be so nice. The veteran team is actually running away with this. Holy shit. This is wild. When is the next show match? I don't know. Depends on people's availability. Oh my god, Rize flow aim player! Wait, when Profit's a single tap, did he mean that he was single tapping the streams? Hello? Yeah, he's single tapping the streams. I think he's given up at this point. Or like, maybe he was single tapping everything anyways? After those... But yeah, after those first few minutes, I think he just started trolling. And yeah, the veterans are gonna take this. Chaz SSing the streams in the middle of the map was actually fucking ridiculous. Let that be known. Rize cursor dancing, oh my goodness. But Dama is going to be the one putting up the highest score on this with 278k. Y'all doubted, I know that I never doubted Chaz for a minute. Like once I saw him 2v1 on Nomad 6, I'm like, that's my goat. Alrighty. Thinking. Time for Hidden 3 Showcase. If I had accuracy, it's over for y'all. So true. Actually true. In chat, please spam Almond Gust. No. No Almond Gust for you. Okay. Right. GG's all. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, those left want to play Hidden 3. Smiley face. Okay, let's play Hidden 3. Running away. Hey Gutrun. Nicely done today. Yep, no problem. Hidden 2 enjoyers, who? Okay, let's move Dama over to the modern players, because he's basically also a modern player. Okay. Yeah, you're Sawada miss. You were playing that Nomatu so well up until then. Dama trick. Okay. Yeah, that was really unfortunate for you. But yeah, veterans should have banned Nomatu. I feel like. Because that was always going to be your win. Your warm-up pick. Why didn't you pick Station Complex? I wanted to show Bochi the Rock. Okay, Dama is not loading in, so I'm gonna panic. Okay. So you'll see why this map was banned in short order. Because it starts off pretty unassuming, but there's a lot of reading difficulty in this. In general. Help. Chaz, no. Okay, yeah, this is why they banned it. Look at all these fucking sliders. How do you play this? Look at all these fucking sliders. You can break anywhere. Look at how they loop on each other. If you, like, lose aim control for a second, you are dead. You can set 400k. Of course he can. He's Prophet. Of course Prophet can set 400k on this. But yeah. Yeah, you guys needed, like, backing scores. Dama's going off on this map, by the way. He said he was running away from this? He's kind of popping off. His 180k. He's at 550k 10 minutes before match in this map. That's pretty impressive. I feel like this was going to be a risky pick anyways, because, like, you can break literally anywhere here. I have to invite you. There's no password. So yeah, if you're reading this for the first time like Chaz is, then your best play is literally just to smoke Among Us. Because this is so hard to follow, so hard to read. Dama obviously has a lot of practice on this. I can tell he was going for an FC on this. He was going for an FC on this before, so he knows the map. But somehow Rize is he? No, he would have top scored if he didn't troll. No, I did not like your Among Us drawing, SMH. And that's Hidden 3. That's why it was banned, because no one can fucking play it. This was in the pool. Chaz is shocked. Chaz is shocked in the chat. Oh my god. It's fun. Okay. Panic button. Okay. Any other maps you want to showcase? Okay. Chaz is gone. Okay. See you, Chaz. Thanks for playing. Or we can call it. Looks like anything's in though. Welcome back to the chat, Chaz. I still can't believe you negated 2 players on Nomad 6. God. And then SS like half the stream in the tiebreaker. My god. You never left, true. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, what do you want to play? Wait. User not found. Oh, he left. Literally did better than any practice on the map. You top scored that. What the hell? Really? Okay. Hidden 2 or free mod 2, but with hidden? Oh my god. Hidden 1. Okay, looks like people want to go for hiddens. Okay. We can do all hiddens and both. Actually, we can do free mod 2, hidden 1 in that order. Then we'll call it, I guess. Hidden 1's fun. Okay. I'll enable free mod for y'all, so you can put whatever mods you want. Okay, back to the chat. You were very stressed before this because you hadn't got any good scores, but it was fun. Yeah, anything can happen in a match. Like, and you have like a lot more experience than a lot of people here. So like, I knew that you were gonna do like fine compared to like the corresponding members on the other teams. So I was like, yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, Osiris in the lobby. This is me stop scoring Nomad 6, oh my god. No, wait, Chaz negated 2 people on another map then. Okay, never mind. Yeah, you actually, like, went crazy on Nomad 6. What's wrong with Alice, Gregs? That was Nomad 3, okay. I got my maps mixed up, but yeah, you went crazy on that map. Alice is cringe? What? You were leaving to practice maps. I kind of assumed that you were. But you weren't going too far above the timer, so I was like, okay, that's fine. People do this in tournaments anyway, so it's fine. Okay. Fan in Alice ruined her character. Oh no. Okay. Thanks for playing, Chaz. Always great to have you on. Thanks for the hydrate. I've been talking. Everyone's playing with Hidden. Looks like Rize is on the wrong map. Let me panic button out of there. There we go. This is Fremont 2. Fremont 2 is the high CS low AR pick, so the circles are small and the approach rate is low, which makes this map very uncomfortable for a lot of players. Rize going with the spun out hidden hard rock. That is quite the combination of mods you have there, sir. And a lot of Fremont 2s are have like a lot of gimmick aim elements to them. Look at that wiggle stream, look at that pattern back there with like the 5-note bursts that were kind of like in L shape. Yeah, this map is very deceptively difficult. It is the lowest star rating in the pool, I think. It's 4.43 stars, but it certainly doesn't feel like it, especially if you're used to like newer maps. So this is one of those maps that, like, at this level, people don't ban, but they also don't pick, because this is a really risky pick. Look at what's happening on the screen right now. Meow, of course, going off on the AR8 hidden, holy shit. My god, Meow SS half that stream and then Chavis. That's actually, like, kind of correct. I get full 50s on that stream, by the way, to put things into perspective. I don't think the enemy team was ever going to pick a Hard Rock, because the thing is, Rize is not as good at Hard Rock as Prophet is. So it's Prophet's FC versus Rize and Dama, like, you could say, like, high combos. So it would have been, like, relatively even. So I don't think the other team was going to ever risk that either. But, like, if Prophet can 99.7% FC routine, then I think, like, that would have been a good pick. DT1 FC, that was cracked. That was really good. I didn't expect you to FC that. Let's get into hidden one. 69k, let's go. Yeah, your mechanics were on point. And it looks like the tourney client is actually picking this map up today. Yesterday it didn't. "2012 aim map. What could go wrong?" That was the description, by the way, that I made. Okay. Bring back Despacito. I think like 2014 to 2016 was peak mapping. You felt so good on tapping. Yup. Yeah, you played those mechanics mouse super well. Alright, so we're getting into the 2012 AIM map, as they say. Mischievous Avalis. This is definitely something that wasn't going to be picked either, because this is very uncomfortable. And you will see why exactly. So the beginning is kind of unassuming. But this is a theme you'll see a lot. You have to go cross-screen and then the sliders face the opposite direction. And you'll see, yeah, like that. So it throws off your aim a lot. And we see the first triangle pattern here. Dama's gonna get destroyed on that. Another thing about this map that makes it hard is that it's OD9. Yeah, like you said. This is a map where you can miss anywhere. You have to basically be a hidden aim specialist to play this. A hidden awkward aim specialist. And yeah, those are a little hard to come by. Danny doesn't know why this map was in the pool. When you see it. Oh, when you actually don't see it. Yeah. And this square pattern here is also a killer. Especially on hidden. We get the airman jumps here. Rize is going to be caught off guard. Yeah, there's just a lot of back and forth where the sliders face opposite ways. As you can see. Lots of linear aim. Meow popping off as the aim player in the lobby. When everyone has low accuracy, it's up to whoever has the best combo consistency, and Meow is actually pretty good at that as it seems. Danny's in pain. I'm sorry. You signed up for this. I'm gonna end after this, so. At the end of the day, I think Dama actually gets top score in this. Holy shit. Alright, Dama, go off. Alright. Okay, that's gonna be it for me. Holy shit. We've gone on. This was a 2-hour show match plus the showcases. It was fun. And as everyone's favorite song comes up on the tourney client again. Alright. Thanks for playing. Yeah. I need to do this more often, but it depends on whether people are available. I'll ping y'all for, like, more stuff. Yep. Thanks for tuning in, Scrags. Always great to see you around for even games that you don't play very much. Enjoy watching your hype as, like, songs that you recognize come up. Yep. Thanks for lurking, Starry. Yep. Thank you, Meow, for participating.